Hello and welcome back to
Closing the Gap.
Motorsport Diaries.
My name is Ari,
And I'm Aranza.
and we're back. Like,
We
I
are.
know,
We say that every episode.
but right now we really, like, it's not like that we took a break. We do have a summer break episode in the bank that we just didn't get to, I personally didn't get to
Yeah.
edit before we flew across the world to go to Zandvoort.
Yay! We finally made it. We talked about it for the past couple episodes. Obviously, in the episode that you guys haven't seen, we also talked about it. But yes, we finally made it. It was a great race. We got very, very lucky.
We got very lucky.
Because, as I have mentioned, as you guys know, I've mentioned that I don't like the rain. As a true Californian, I do not like the rain. And
True.
we got so lucky because although it did rain in Zandvoort, it rained on the track everywhere except for the spot that we were at. And if that's not a blessing, I don't know what it is.
Because I remember on the past years, Zandvoort was never really a circuit that I would actually like to attend, and that was basically it, because I would always, like, in my mind, remembering Zandvoort was people with their ponchos just like kind of like battling through the wind through the water to like watch the race, and I'm like, ew, like, like I wouldn't
That
want to
just
be
sounds
one of
awful.
those. But then they announced that they were going to, like, that Zandvoort was going to end in 2026, and we said,
We have to go.
we have to go. We have to go.
We have to go.
Just look at mine for now.
Yeah, we have to go.
And honestly, it did not disappoint. Like, the
That was
support for
great.
Max was something that I'm so glad that we pushed for, like, to live through it, and that we
It was
did.
amazing.
I cannot explain it. Like, Dutch fans and Dutch people overall, we had such a lovely, honestly, lovely
time.
weekend.
Yeah, it
and
was
week.
simply lovely.
And I think that's the consensus, like, for us, and then for the people that accompanied us throughout the week. Like, everybody was so sweet, so attentive, so lovely, honestly.
Yes.
Like, and I have nothing but, like, great things to say about everybody that we encountered on and off track. We had a great time. We stayed in Amsterdam, so we were commuting back and forth to the circuit every day.
Which
And-
was so organized.
right?
So organized.
As people
Yes, it
that have
took
been
time.
to, like,
Yeah.
Silverstone, Zandvoort, and Vegas doesn't count because Vegas isn't the city.
Yeah.
But I mean, Barcelona and
Barcelona,
Silverstone,
yeah.
Zandvoort definitely takes the crown, right? For commute.
Transportation was amazing. We obviously, yes, you have to wait. There's going to be a long line, but it was so efficient, so effective. And I think the most we waited was getting out Sunday from the race.
We waited an hour and a half in
Yeah.
the queue, but that
we
was
had
only
so much fun.
that was the one time, and that was on race day, like coming
Yeah.
back from the race.
And it was like right after the race ended, so it was obviously going to be congested.
Going to Zandvoort on Saturday morning, coming back from Zandvoort on Saturday evening, it was so seamless. Like, we
Yeah.
didn't wait more than 20 minutes anywhere.
It was so funny because the people directing us, they were like, from here, it's going to be a 45-minute wait. So either go grab a beer or stay in line for 45 minutes. I promise you, we were in that line for 10.
Yeah. But I appreciate that they gave us the options that we had, So that was great.
It was good options.
And even on Sunday, to get to the race, I feel like it didn't take... We were on the train station for, what, 15 minutes?
Yeah.
Like, to
It was
get
not
on
too
the
bad.
train to the race, it was
We also
so...
did go a little bit earlier than we did on Saturday.
Yeah.
Saturday we were a bit confused, but we figured out super quick. But yeah, Sunday we went a little bit earlier and there was less people. It was less chaotic. It was very well organized. We got on the train real quick.
Yeah. Honestly, 10 out of 10. If you have a chance to go, I know it's the last year, but if you have a chance to go to 2026, highly, highly recommend it. I can't believe we're losing it. Like, I can't
know,
believe that
it's
Zandvoort's
such a
leaving the
great track.
calendar. I genuinely will,
Yeah.
I was, yeah.
And honestly, it's such a great track. It's such a great race. And this weekend proved that.
Affordable.
So much.
I know,
Very
but-
affordable, too.
I
yeah.
mean, for compared to obviously the American races and stuff like that. European races, I know that people are used
And
to, like,
so much
even
cheaper.
cheaper, but I think overall, like, to eat on track, to have a beer on track, to have any, like, drinks, compared to the American races or even like any sporting event in the United
In
States,
general, yeah.
it's half the price.
I
So
know.
we are happy campers.
Yeah, and they had this really cool system for recycling.
Yes.
It was great. They gave you a little chip, so once you entered, you grabbed your beverage. Didn't have to be alcoholic beverage, just beverage in general. You gave them the chip, and it was at a discounted price because of the chip. And if you returned your cup, you would get that discount throughout the entire time. If not, I think it was like €2 more for
Yeah.
it. So still not bad, because in the US for one beer you'd probably pay $20.
at
Here
least.
we paid €10, if that.
Yeah. So it was like 7.90 something, right?
With the chip.
With the chip.
Or
But
with
then
your cup.
once you like gave your chip, you just needed to bring back your cup, and
Mm-hmm.
you would still get it at a discounted price. If you lost the cup and the chip, then you'd pay like 9ish.
9 something, yeah, 9.50.
So all overall, like
Yeah.
10 out of 10.
And if you did not bring a cup or a chip, they would look at you very.
They
like,
would judge you.
upset. Yeah, they would be
And
very
rightly so.
judgmental.
I'm just kidding.
They'd be like, "What do you mean you threw it away? You
All
did
right.
not recycle?"
And with all that being said, right before we jump into race day, the highlight of our quality
Yes.
was
Stroll,
the stroll crash.
the stroll crash, right in front of our eyes.
Literally right there.
Yeah, not one of us thought to take a video of it. Not one of us thought. We were so in shock. I promise you, the last thing on my mind was to pull out my phone and take a video of it, because I was like, there's no way that, like, we had just, I think, not even 5 minutes before.
Yeah, we had
We
just
had
sat
just
down,
sat
I
down.
think.
And then they released the cars. We're like, cool, yay, they released the cars. Boom.
And
Shock.
yeah, that's true. Like I didn't remember that part. I don't think I was even sitting down yet. Or like if
No,
I
we
had
were
sat
all
down,
standing
it
up.
had just happened. Like I was just like, let me gather my belongings, these things. And then I was like, and I was like,
Yeah.
and I looked up and I thought it was Nano. So I was freaking out. I was like, no.
I was like, no, that's an 18. That's an 18. She was like, are you sure? Are you sure? It was very
Let me
dramatic.
go.
Very dramatic.
Let me go
on our
help Nano
end.
right now.
Yeah, it was very dramatic on our end. But yeah, neither one of us thought to pull out our phones. We were so in shock. We also had just gotten there. There was no time for anything. It was just very much like, cool, we found a spot. All right.
That's
And he
literally
was
how it
off.
happened.
That man just crashed and left. So quick.
But okay, let's deep dive into race day.
The
So much
race.
happened. Like all of the yellow flags. For like we
Which
got a
is
yellow flag for everything that we hadn't gotten all season.
Amazing. Yes, we did.
We even got a
Yeah.
double yellow flag. Those were cool. For us.
For
So not
us.
against.
Yeah. For the audience, greatest race.
10
the
out of 10.
season. Yeah. Really good
But
race.
I will say this though. It is very different because the reason why it's taken us so long to put out this episode. First of all, we're coming to you from the south of France.
We are.
We are on our journey to Monza.
Yes.
But as an attendee of a race day, it's a very different experience.
Oh my God, so
and-
stressful.
In your brain, because we had to actually obviously watch the race. We weren't by a screen, so we had to actually make time to watch the race, like on F1 TV, to really understand what truly had happened, right? Because even though you see it in real life, it's like, all right, but like how did I remember? Like I was like, what do you mean science is like a lap down? Like how did
Yeah.
that even happen?
There were so many times where we were so confused, and obviously cell service is limited. So although we could get the race on our phones, it was like a minute behind or something
Yeah.
like that. And we were watching somebody else's who also had F1 TV pulled up, because I promise you there was 3 screens to the left of us, and then nothing
Yeah.
on our end.
So like even the Leclerc incident happened like right off to the left of us, but like the grandstands were there, so we couldn't see it. So we would just hear like, oh, but by the time it actually came on our
Came on.
cell phones, because
Yeah.
I remember like I was like yellow flag, because we could see
Yeah,
the
we
screens
were
right
right
away,
before-
like
yeah,
the
we could-
flags, and I was like, but why? So it would
Yeah.
take our cell phones like a whole minute to catch up. Like, it was just
It was not. It was
Great.
a lot. Like there was already 2 laps by the time we figured out what happened.
what had happened.
3 laps ago.
I was like, who was it? And, like we didn't find about like the Kimi Antonelli
That-
and Leclerc
yeah.
content until like 2
Well,
laps down.
Although we did see Kimi pass, so we heard everyone just like go, "Wow!" And then we saw Kimi pass by without a tire,
And
I was
Sparks.
like, what?
But we
Like,
didn't know with
but we didn't
who.
know what happened. We had no clue. Like,
It was,
nothing.
yeah, it was chaotic, like on our end as spectators. With that being said, Piastri, Piastri, my championship contender. We actually saw him yesterday in Monaco.
We did,
it
which was
was
so random.
it was a very out of body experience because he was just, we saw him like he was driving. Obviously, like we didn't
Yeah.
have an encounter with him, but
There would have already been a picture out.
right,
if
like
we
we would
did.
have posted it right away. But yeah, my championship contender, won obviously pole
Yes, he
position,
did.
converted it to the win. So proud of you.
Although, until he unfortunately got out, Lando was giving him a run for his money.
He was.
I honestly, I think maybe 2 more laps if he would have been able to go for the whole thing, 2 more laps, and he would have passed him. And
He was faster.
yeah,
You could
was
see it.
quick.
And
He was so
like
quick.
right now when we're watching the actual race and it said like, like fastest lap goes to Lando, basically like, like 60% of the race, 70% of the race. And you're like, well, yeah, like no doubt. Like
that man
you could
was
tell he was
quick.
flying.
Yeah, he was not braking when we were.
You
right
can hear
by-
the cars because you were
Yeah.
in what's it called? Turn 13.
Yeah, so that's right before they do that big like dip, and
The banking.
Yes,
it's like
right
it's like
before
the,
the
the
banking,
biggest
like that
banking of the
big
Zandvoort
banking.
circuit.
Yeah, so ours, like, we could see when they were coming up towards the banking and going around the banking, that man would not brake.
You could hear the car.
Yeah.
And you could genuinely feel like he just let go of the gas. He wasn't even braking.
He was not.
Oscar was. Lando was flying by. It was madness.
Yeah, it was really quick, and also what really slowed him down was when Max got in front of him,
Yeah.
and you could see how much Max slowed him down because as
Max
soon
was
as
fighting though.
Yeah,
You could tell
he
that man was fighting for
he
every
was
split
trying.
second.
He was trying his best, and I appreciate it. Obviously, it is your home Grand Prix.
Yeah.
You should try your best. But he was holding Lando back. The second Lando got in front of him, dude, it was like, phew.
I
was
do have to say though,
otherworldly.
like Oscar was flying.
Oh, yeah,
he
he
was,
was.
like that car is insane fast. Oscar was just like once he like the first right before the first safety car, he was what like the gap
He was
was
3
almost
seconds ahead.
no he was more I think right before the first safety car came out that gap was at least 6 seconds. It was
Between
wild.
him and Max?
Him and Lando.
No.
No, him and Max. Yes,
Yeah.
him and Max. Him
I
and
was
Max.
like, not him and
Yes,
Lando.
yes,
Him
yes,
and Lando
yes,
was
yes.
3 seconds overall. Yeah.
All right, let's start with Lewis.
Oh.
And we are seeing this right before we head into Monza tomorrow. So it's a tough position to be in. Like
It
all day I've had mixed
sucks.
feelings because I genuinely well go for it. I'm just my feelings are all over the place.
No, I think it sucks.
It does.
Like, that sucks. Ugh. It's so, I don't know. I just think it's so shitty. He's had such a rough season so far. And obviously we've now seen all the images and everything coming out from Monza and him getting all the Italian love, and it is so sweet. His eyes are sparkling every day and he's so happy. But he's had a shit season
Yeah.
so far. Like I just feel so bad. I know he's accomplishing his dreams, and literally he's dedicating Monza to Niki Lauda,
Yeah.
which is his dream. Like, that
Yeah.
is his dream. And I'm so glad he's completing his dream. It just sucks that they're just not giving him a good car. They're not listening to him. And then this mistake, like this, granted, this was his mistake. This had nothing to do.
Ish. Because if you listen to the radio that Lando got right after Lewis's accident, they said that part of the grip that most of them had been
not
actually
grip.
like going through it. Like there wasn't a lot of grip, obviously, like
Yeah.
depending on the tires that you had. And then even Lando was like, "Well, why are you telling me
didn't you
so
tell me?"
late? Like
Yeah.
that is such a great piece of information. Like because we've all been driving through there, and well, like it was Lewis
Yeah.
that had to pay the price. Unfortunately,
Right.
it was a mistake. It was this is racing at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Even though like Lewis doesn't make those quite often, like sometimes it does happen, and this is just racing. It sucks that it was a double DNF for Ferrari,
Oh, yeah.
and like Charles was
Just
definitely
ahead of
not his
Monza,
fault
yeah.
at all, but it just kind of sucks that Lewis has been kind of like Carlos, just like one after the other, and they just
Yeah.
can't catch a break.
Yeah, it just sucks.
Which,
But
speaking about Carlos, I have many things to say. I have thoughts, obviously,
I
because
need a new FIA president, a new people in the FIA to like people who have raced closer to these times to
it's
be making these decisions, because the decisions that they're making are not very, I don't, well, at least for this past race, um their decisions have been so, and also like you mentioned, Charles and his incident with George.
George, yeah.
They're waiting till after the race to figure stuff out. Like, no, if you're gonna give a penalty, give it now so that they
If they want,
know.
they have a choice to serve it
Yeah,
during the race, first of all,
exactly.
right?
Like, it's up to them to either serve it or wait to see what happens at the end.
And like only because he DNF'd. But like how did that penalty would have panned out? Like we never knew.
Yeah.
And we because like if you're given 10 seconds to Sainz because of what happened with Liam, which first of all, that
It
was
shouldn't have
not,
been
if
his.
you gave a penalty to, you can tell if you see the replay, it was Liam that wasn't following the racing line. So if anything, and then Carlos's reaction was so justified because he
Yeah.
said, clearly not me. Like, who are you talking to?
Yeah.
Who is serving
He
a
said,
penalty? Because it is not me.
Yeah.
And so at that point and I'm so glad he came out on the interviews afterwards and said, listen, like it's always the same guy. Yes, come for him because this has happened
This is
so
not the
many
first time.
times. Do you like Liam needs to know, Liam needs to learn how to race.
And I will say,
first and foremost.
although he technically is a rookie this year, he has
He's
way
not.
more experience than all the other rookies, aside from Ollie. But he has way more experience than all the other rookies.
He knows better.
He's not a rookie. This is not his
He
first
knows
year
better.
racing. He knows what to do and what not to do. He's doing it on purpose.
Yep.
This is not the first time
That
he's
movement
done
was definitely done on purpose. You
Yeah.
can like any angle will show that, and which is why I think that I know like a lot of people have mixed feelings about this. That penalty, regardless of me being a Science fan, like that penalty was really unfair because also they should have penalized Charles because the
It's-
same shit happened when he did to George.
it. Yeah.
It's this.
But-
It was the same thing.
But also, it's not that the penalty was harsh. It's that it was given to the wrong person. That's what it was. Because the penalty was justified.
They should have penalized both then.
Yeah, exactly. Like if you were gonna penalize somebody who had nothing to do with it, because it generally was not Carlos's fault, it was all Liam. You should have at least punished both of them, and then Carlos would have been like, you know what? At least it was both
Yeah,
of us and not
exactly.
just me. And like, okay, if that's your ruling, that's your ruling.
And then also Charles,
yeah,
because it was the same
yeah.
scenario.
But I think Charles was a whole thing. Like they just wanted to see what was going on.
This is what we're talking about, the FIA. Like,
Yeah.
you keep playing favorites, you keep just like throwing random cards and random penalties like in the
Yeah.
air. And then in an interview afterwards, and like Carlos has said
Oh,
more
yeah.
statements this morning already, so I'm kind of over it. But come Sunday night, he said the stewards won't see me.
Yeah.
Like the FIA, like kind of like
Which
always
word for
says,
word he said, they say that they have an open door policy, yet they refuse to see me because they know they're in the wrong. They know they did wrong. That was the wrong call, and they should have corrected
exactly.
it.
Like in that is I think what triggered me the most and like the most hypocritical part of it is like, oh yeah, you're always more than welcome to come and like reassess and we'll talk through it. It's like, what do you mean they don't want to see you?
Yeah.
Like, anyways, this morning he did press for Monza and he said that they've talked, they've they've come to their senses, whatever that means. But that doesn't take away the fact that they can do it race again to different pilots, and it's like if you are the governing body of this sport, what
Yeah.
the hell are you thinking? Anyways, I just honestly like that just triggered me so much because even though
Right.
he was a lap down and whatnot, that shouldn't have happened.
Yeah, and just in case anybody doesn't know, there is somebody on the FIA committee for the races that is an ex-driver. So just so that they're like, they can have their input of like, no, honestly, like as a driver, this is what goes on, this is what happens. This is why I say that they need to update the people that
Yeah.
are on that committee, because clearly this is not somebody who has been racing for recent enough
Yeah.
to be updating with everything and know how
The
it
sport is
feels.
ever changing, and mostly in the last 7 years.
Yeah.
So y'all need to keep up, for real. Like it's getting ridiculous.
Yes.
Every race we have more to talk about the wrongfully penalized or
Yeah,
like
and more this season than any other
for
season.
real.
Because
Well,
last
except for the you get a penalty, you get a
oh
penalty,
yeah.
you get a penalty. What
Yeah,
was that?
that
2 years
was
ago.
I think so. Oh, also like the amount of penalties Ocon got for like oh my god.
Legendary.
Yeah. But
Magnussen too. Ugh, Kevin, we
okay,
miss you.
but come on. Come on. That's our terrorizing king.
We miss,
We miss you.
Kevin
We miss
Magnussen.
you so
You live in
much.
our hearts.
Ah, forever in
Anyways,
my heart.
every now and then I still see him race in his league. But
Yeah.
anyways, we move on.
He does still race if anybody is interested. Kevin Magnussen does still race, just not in F1 anymore. But
Kimi, Andrea Antonelli.
they need to take your citizenship away right now. Right now.
Right
How
before the
dare
Monza
you?
race too.
How dare you? Are you kidding?
Oh, that was so sad to watch.
That was embarrassing to watch. And you know
I don't
what
know
was
how
more
to I don't know how to
embarrassing?
protect him from this.
No,
one.
you know what was more embarrassing? We were watching on the F1 TV. David Coulthard and Joanne Palmer were singing his praises. Saying
5 minutes before it
yeah,
happened.
literally, they were like, "Oh, best thing Mercedes ever did was get Kimi Antonelli. Like he's doing so good.
I
Yeah,
mean, he
had,
is.
he had his
You just got
troubles
him in
and
a
his
bad time.
DNFs and blah 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 blah. 5 minutes later, boom, crash.
You jinxed it. DC, you jinxed it. It's all on you.
Oh my god, that was the funniest thing. As we were watching it back, I was like, they really just like are gonna eat their words in like 5 minutes.
Yep.
And it was true. Oh my god.
So
The
Lewis
way-
Hamilton,
Yes.
Carlos Liam, Kimi Charles,
Charles George.
Charles George. I mean, we're just
Yeah.
gonna scrap that off because I don't have the energy for
And
that.
then because we always talk about you're never having an anonymous race, Fernando Alonso with
I love how he was just like, let's undercut all these guys. Safety car, boom.
yeah,
just-
he went from what was it,
Two-time
P15
world champion.
to P7. We did get Lance Stroll, by the way,
Yeah.
holding everybody P6 and back, holding everybody back. That man was pushing. He was holding everybody back. Aston Martin got double points because of Lance holding everybody back, and then safety
Well,
car.
Alex did it in Monaco. He's like, what can't I?
Yeah, yeah, and it was amazing.
Um,
Truly
Ollie
came out
Bear.
of nowhere. Yes, Oliver, from the pits
Ollie Bear.
to P7.
Man. Yes, that was definitely like what 13 positions gained. That was
Yeah.
amazing. Your time is
great.
coming, Ollie. We
He
obviously
was so happy. Did you see that video of him at the end?
yeah, and he deserves it. Honestly,
He
like he
does. He's
deserves it.
worked
He
so hard.
he raced an amazing race, and it was. I
Yeah.
have nothing but
Well
his
deserved.
praises. Yeah,
Yeah,
well deserved.
If
And s-
anybody deserves praises, it's gonna
Well,
be
no, there
Ollie.
is somebody else. Isaac Hajar.
Yeah, Isaac Hajar.
Pumps here. I'm not his biggest
Honestly-
fan, to be honest with
honestly-
you, but I'll give him this one.
No, because I was like, he's gonna do it. I was like, and I remember telling you this while we were watching the race. I was like, what are the chances we see an Isaac podium today? And she said, no,
Well,
it's
because-
Lando, it's Oscar, Lando, and Max. Like, no. And I was like, it could happen. And I was like, and I obviously am not thinking ill for Lando at all. But I was like,
But
you
what
know
were the chances of that happening anyway?
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. But I was like, no, because he might just pass Max. Was having issues with his car.
Yeah.
Like, he said it multiple times. I'm having issues.
Although, quick pause, big praise. His tire strategy, Max's tire strategy, like, as he was, that man, there's a reason why he's a genius. And I'm going to say, like, his tire strategy, this one, I'm
Yeah.
sure, obviously they're engineers and everybody, but
He managed his tires so
so good. So good.
well.
Like, we have to give him praise for that because he was like, absolutely not at my home race. And
Yeah,
his tire
no.
strategy was
Literally,
beautiful
the
and
second he
beautifully
landed.
executed.
The second he landed in Zandvoort, he said, not today.
Basically.
He said, I'm fast as fuck, boy.
Yep.
That is what he said.
Yep.
But, yeah, as I was saying, Isaac, I really was like, he's kind of struggling. I was like, there's like, it's very minimal the chances that Isaac would pass Max. But there was an interview that Isaac did and was like, you know what? No, I'm gonna follow Max, and he's going to lead me
To a
to
podium. And he
victory.
did.
And literally, he's like, I don't care about anything else. Like, honestly, I think Isaac's whole idea was to stay P4. He said, I'm just gonna follow Max and stay behind him, and I
And that
know he'll
worked.
help me out, and like things will work out. And it did.
And they did.
And I thought he was going to pass him. I was like, what are the chances that he passes him right now? And because obviously I was not thinking anything bad would happen to Lando. Unfortunately, things happen. And
That's just racing for you.
honestly, the way Lando handled that,
Very graceful. I'm so
Yeah.
proud of him.
right?
I mean,
Like-
I don't think if this
And-
would have happened 2 years ago or even last year, I don't know that he would
would have
have
been very
just
upset.
shrugged it off like he did.
I mean, I don't think he did shrug it off. I think he fully now accepts that it wasn't his fault.
So out of his control.
Yeah, that it was something that he just could not.
But that's a
control.
big thing to learn. And like even in life, like
Yeah.
regardless of what you do, like we still sometimes cannot detach our feelings
Mm-hmm.
from letting go of things that we know for a fact are in our fault. Like because we would go out and say it's like, oh, I know that was out of my control, but I still feel bad, you know?
Mhm.
And I feel like the growth that Lando has been through and that unfortunately the eye, being in the eye of the
Of the-
hurricane more often than not
Yep.
we've seen so much growth in Lando and his
Yeah.
like racing attitude. I'm honestly really proud of the fact that he's finally starting to get to a place
Yeah.
where it doesn't affect him as much as it did.
And you know what? I'm glad he has somebody on his team that fully understands. As his race engineer will, he really tried. He really tried once he DNF'd. He really tried and said, "You were so fast." You know, to be like,
I
"This was not your fault. You were so fast." And Lando's response of like, "Yeah, but that doesn't matter," was very much like grateful to Will that he, you know, was singing his praises still because it's true. Lando was so fast.
He was really fast. He
From
was the
the
fastest.
get-go, he was so fast. And I truly believe in my heart and soul, if that wouldn't have happened, he would have won this race.
I believe they would have raced. I don't know that he would have won, but they would have raced for sure.
I believe in my heart and soul that man would have won because he was quick.
Yeah.
He was so quick. He was, a lot of the time, around a second-ish
Ish.
behind. I mean,
yeah.
apart from the times where he was behind Max.
But that's the thing
he
too.
was
Like
very
Oscar was
close.
also really quick.
Oh yeah, Oscar
But
was. And
we
I'm
don't know
not-
that he was pushing to the max either because he was
That's
leading
true.
the entire race. So it's
Yeah.
hard to tell. But Lando was quick
Yeah,
for sure.
Lando was super quick, and like I said, I do appreciate Will for saying that, and it shows a lot of growth in Lando to say, yeah, like I was, but that doesn't matter anymore. Like,
And I will also need to say like this, and like we've established many times, I am not a Lando fan,
mhm.
but I'm also like definitely not a non-supporter / or hater. People need to go touch grass
yes,
for real. Like
Oh
people
my
online,
God.
get off your phones, get off Twitter, get off like all social media possible because the amount of unnecessary tweets, information, TikToks that are being made criticizing Lando every weekend. Like, thank God he doesn't pay attention as much nowadays. But still a big percentage. Obviously, you see content of yourself, you care.
right.
And people are saying the most outlandish stuff just to say something, just because they
And
can.
honestly,
It's getting old.
I do want to put it out there. I promise you, Lando fans, Oscar fans, I promise you, McLaren is not sabotaging
Neither.
either one of their drivers.
Neither.
I'm a big Lando fan. I am a big Oscar fan, and I promise you, they're not sabotaging anybody.
That's just not
Nobody
how
is
it
getting
works.
favored. Nobody. Yeah, it's like each team, each garage puts on their own race. Whatever happens, happens. Nobody is sabotaging anything. This is not a Max Checo situation 2024.
And
I
it's still not how the
promise you.
sport works. Like, to think that, like, yes, like, it's every man for themselves, and it's, at the end of the day, it's McLaren as a team, 2 different garages, yes.
Mm-hmm.
And as much as we like thinking that one of the drivers is being favored, unless, like you said, is like, you know, your Max Verstappen's, your Lewis Hamilton's, it doesn't work like that. So to
Even
think
your Lewis Hamiltons.
to think that like race like weekend in and weekend out. Like they're that's just, I feel like
It's
it's
ridiculous.
the worst way to waste your time and energy and resources, because that's just not how it works. So let's get over the fact that,
Yeah.
like, let's not even.
They're not being sabotaged. McLaren, I honestly, that would not help McLaren in any way, shape, or
Yeah,
form.
they're still fighting for, not fighting for it, but they still need
They
to
still
secure
need the
the
points. They
constructors.
still need
So
both of them to finish
yeah.
and in points to get their championship. But
So
yeah,
congrats, McLaren. You keep doing it. So proud of Oscar. So proud of Lando. This was, like one to kind of like forgive and forget for
yes,
Lando, but they did an amazing job when we were out there
yeah,
and when they were out there, and it was an amazing race
yes,
overall. Like I said, a spectator, it was such an amazing race. And granted, not everybody like finished it, but it was such a.
yeah. It was such a joy to watch. It
Yep.
was so much fun. We I'm very happy for Isaac, honestly.
Yes.
I'm very happy that I was there and that I called it early on. I was like, that, because that was crazy to me. I was like, there's no way this is happening right now.
Yeah.
And we were there to witness it. Like, that was crazy.
So proud of him.
Yeah, super
And
proud.
I feel like it's the first one of many, many. Speaking of predictions, I'm going to call out right now. The next rookie to get a podium is going to be Ollie.
I hope so. I saw this tweet.
First time podium.
Hold on. Hold on. I saw this tweet that said, oh, and this is so sad because as a Lando fan, I shouldn't laugh. But but I saw this tweet that said, has anybody noticed that any race that Lando has DNF'd, a rookie has gotten a podium? And someone tweeted,
Oh, yeah.
just gonna put in a good word for, or does he take any requests? I'd like to put in a word for
My good friend.
close personal friend, Ollie Pearman.
My close personal friend, Ollie Berman.
And it's not funny. Please, no more
Don't.
DNFs. I would
But-
prefer Ollie and Lando on a podium, but that's just me.
It's going to happen. And it's going to happen on merit. Ollie's podium is coming.
Yeah, he's doing such a good job. And
Speaking of predictions, do you want to venture out some predictions for this weekend?
okay, nothing has happened this weekend yet, so these are just
Yeah, this is
predictions.
Thursday night.
Yeah, this. Do you want to start?
I am going to throw out there that Ferrari are not taking the win.
I don't think so either.
But-
as much as I want to.
They will take a podium. I'm not going to say second or third. I have no data to back myself on right now. But I will say one of the Ferraris will finish in the podium. I think, logically thinking, it will be Charles,
I think so too.
because there's just like that supernatural power that comes to you when you're racing in a Ferrari in Italian soil. But I also, 7-time world champion. He's raced in Monza way many years than Charles has ever in a shitty car. But I don't know. I think we could see one of the Ferraris in a second or third place. That's just me.
That's the thing. That's the hope that we see a Ferrari
In a podium.
In a podium. In
They will
Monza.
not. They will not take the win because it's a rocket. Like the
Listen.
McLaren is a.
Yeah.
It's insane. If we thought Max's 2023 2024 was a
Rocky.
rocket ship, this
Yeah.
McLaren's on steroids, y'all. Like, it's
Yeah.
insane.
Honestly,
Like a 10
what
second
a
gap
good
was.
year for 2020. Yeah. The RB19, Rocky, you are missed for
We miss you.
sure.
But yeah, I think McLaren for sure takes the win. I don't know that we'll see a 1-2 just because the Ferrari have that hunger to get a podium. So maybe we split them. I don't know, maybe a 1-3, something like that. And I'm not gonna throw a wild card because so many people want to win at Monza that it's gonna be one of them four. It's gonna
I
be
think so,
Oscar,
too.
Orlando, Lewis, and or Charles. Like, that's literally your podium on Sunday.
And if we see another George podium,
I will quit.
oh my god! Not that we hate George. Please do not. Like, you have to.
George, we love you.
understand. Yeah, you have to understand. We don't hate George.
We
at
hate
all.
George's podium. Just kidding.
We no, that's not even it either.
That is not true.
No, we don't hate George at all.
Or
It's
his
just
podiums.
every time he's on a podium, even he doesn't know how he got there.
We don't. Yeah, exactly.
Nobody
We
knows
never know
how
how
he
he
got
ends
there.
there.
It's crazy. Like, we can watch back the races where he's gotten a podium. No idea how that man got there. Nothing. Like, so
It's
mysterious.
the it's the magical part of George Russell's podiums. It's just like nobody knows how they happen. They
It's
just happen.
crazy. Yeah. Um, unless, that's the thing. I'm thinking we're gonna have a mysterious George podium. I'm hoping not. But I agree with McLaren being on podium for sure, and a Ferrari.
Yeah, that's gonna be it.
Maybe Max because he has been pushing, but I think it's gonna be McLaren's and Ferrari.
I just think, like I said, like the fact that it's Monza and that there's so much hunger for that win or for that podium, because Max was pushing in Zandvoort. It was his home race.
Mm-hmm.
He generally did, like, the car does not have the pace yet to keep up with McLaren's.
No, and he
But that's
claims
just,
the entire time.
I think, that's just wishful thinking.
Wishful thinking. Yeah.
Because Ferrari doesn't have the pace either to keep up or to get a podium. But that, like I said, it's just the wishful thinking and like the magical side of, like, call me delusional, but
I
the magical
mean,
side of the sport. Like, sometimes you want it that much that you will manage the tires, that you will put a shit box in a podium. And I think if anybody obviously has it in Monza, it's gonna be Ferrari.
that's the thing though. That's what we said last year about Ferrari, and
And Charles
Charles
won.
won in Monaco. Charles won in Monza.
Well, in Monaco, he had an actual good car. I think they brought upgrades. No, the car wasn't. I mean, he did pole the day
Yeah,
before.
but that was, I don't know. That was just out of nowhere too. Like he has not had a good car
Yeah, in a
in
while.
quite a couple years.
We keep saying it. Ferrari, it's a midfield team. Just a lot of people are not ready for that conversation.
It's true.
And I say this as a Ferrari supporter.
Yeah,
They just need to get their stuff together.
unfortunately, they've become a midfield team, and the thing is, nobody's comfortable calling them a midfield team because they do get podiums. They get the points. Last year,
Randomly.
they were fighting for second place
For the
for
constructors,
the constructors. So
but they also had
technically-
Carlos Sainz winning every now and then, even though it was impossible. He remains the only non-Red Bull winner of 2023.
yeah,
He remains the last Ferrari winner until now. Like,
Yeah.
the last Ferrari win was in Mexico 2024, and that was their Carlos Sainz win. So, listen, like I said, like, it's always been obviously like an internal conflict of mine because I love Lewis as much as I love Carlos, but I think, like,
Yeah.
the reason why Ferrari positioned themselves in the last 2 seasons the way they did was because of Carlos. Because even though
100%.
Charles is a consistency, Carlos just keeps pushing.
I agree. I think it also, and I don't want this to be taken the wrong way, but I think it really helped Carlos knowing he didn't have a seat for this year
True.
to push, because he said, I need to show these teams what I'm made of, and that's what helped him push through and get the win in Mexico for sure.
Which is why it hurts that, like, he's just gotten so unlucky on Williams, but we
Mhm.
always knew this was going to be a throwaway year.
Yeah.
So it
To
is what
say
it
the
is.
And it's a throwaway year, not just for Carlos. A lot of teams have said that because everything changes next year. Cars change, rules change.
2026 is going to be an
2020 yeah,
interesting season.
I don't think many people or many teams focus on 2025. Many, even from last year, most teams were focused on 2026.
Yep. So, with that being said, we can move on to Formula One Academy.
Yeah.
Because we had a Formula One Academy race this weekend.
It was good.
And it was
races.
everything I thought it was going to be. And then some.
Yes. We made it onto the F1 Academy paddock. We got to go to the fan stage.
Which, PSA, the F1 Academy paddock, at least in Zandvoort this year, this time around, was absolutely free
free access for
access.
everybody.
So it was general admission type of thing. You literally just took yourself and walked in there,
Mhm.
and you could walk the entire F1A paddock. And they curated.
It was so
Once again,
sweet.
mad props to everybody working in F1 Academy. From the top with Susie Wolf to the bottom, the pilots, they're,
The
like,
mechanics.
everybody. They curated such a well-rounded experience for all the attendees. Everybody that got to
Yeah.
walk that little paddock. And they were giving away free stroop waffles.
Fresh stroop waffles too. Like, we watched the man make it in front of our eyes.
So good.
They were delicious. We had a wonderful little experience. We got to meet a couple of the drivers. We did end up going on the Sunday after the second race. First race was after the guys' quali, and that was a reverse grid
Yeah.
race. Second race
It was
was
such an interesting race too. Like we stayed obviously for the entirety of the to watch the girls race because we weren't sure we were gonna get there on time on Sunday morning.
Yeah.
So we watched the full race on Saturday evening,
that
and
was so much
it
fun.
was so much fun. You girls just really like the girls really just push as hard as the guys do.
Yeah.
And it is honestly so entertaining to watch them too.
And it was
they
so
just
fun to
go
watch
for
them
it.
on that banking. That bank, truly, that was the best experience that I've ever had, was watching people go up that banking. It was amazing. You can see how hard you have to like
Push.
come into it to be able to do that turn.
And to watch technically F4 cars try like like be
Yeah.
pushing and be like, it's so extenuating to an extent, right? Like just like to push that car that far because
Yeah.
it doesn't have that much throttle per se,
Yeah, and
like
after
as a
watching
smaller
the
car.
F1 cars go past it at the speed that they do, and then watching them, obviously they go a lot slower. I think it's like a whole minute that they go
They
a
don't
lot
care.
slower.
Them girls are just
It's
pushing.
Still, like you can
So cool.
still tell that they're pushing so hard
So
and how
cool.
fast that they're going. It was fun.
I
Oh
loved
my
it.
gosh.
I loved it. I cannot wait to see them race in Vegas. I wasn't fully sold like on going to Vegas again because, like it's a whole
Vegas.
thing logistically, but
Yeah.
I can't wait to see the girls race again. It is honestly so worth it.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. We did, like I said, we went to the fan stage. We got to
See their panels.
we saw the panels. We were standing right behind Dorian Pond's family that was there, and you can tell they were so happy to
Yeah,
be there,
it
to
was
see
so lovely.
her up there.
And she
It
was like,
was
"That's my family." And we're like,
She was up, and I was like, yes, I am.
everybody with the French flags.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, me too.
It was so cute. I feel like we had like a very wholesome experience regarding F1 Academy, which is all I can ask for. Like we got
Right.
to walk the paddock, like she said. We met Alicia. We met
Maya after she won with her
won.
little trophy.
She had it, right?
Yeah,
Oh,
she
it
had
was
her
so cute.
trophy. We saw Esme, the wild card for the Netherlands.
We also saw Esme speak on the panel, and
Yes.
like I said, there is something about listening to them talk too, because and mostly like a wild card entry, right? Because they're just so particularly thankful for the opportunity. They're so excited, they're so nervous, and it's all of those feelings combined that at the end of the day, it's like this is what the sport is about.
Such a good job too. She did
She
an
did.
amazing job.
Who else did we meet?
We also met. Oh, we met. Oh my God.
We saw Chloe. We didn't meet her.
We
We
did
saw
see
her. We
Chloe.
see Alma,
We saw Nina.
Nina.
We saw Nina.
We saw Leah. We didn't get to talk to her because
Yeah.
she was doing some like
We saw
TikToks
Alba.
and stuff. Yeah.
We saw Alba as well.
I was so excited to meet Leah. No, we didn't.
And then Courtney was so nice.
Yes.
Fellow Californian.
We talked about California.
Yes.
Shout out to Courtney.
Yes, you were so nice, so lovely to talk to. Thank you so much for taking time out of your day
Right.
to talk to us.
Talk to us.
Yeah, we didn't know that she was in California, like from California or lived in
And
California.
so close to like our home too, like an
Literally.
hour away.
Super close to us, but she was so lovely. We had a great conversation. She was very excited to get out of the rain and go back home.
And I can't blame her for that one.
Yeah, it was great. So that was our experience on the F1 paddock, which was amazing.
If you happen to attend a race where there's an F1 paddock, always try. Like I said, I'm not
F1
sure if this is
Academy
across the
paddock.
board. Yes. I don't know if this is across the board, like where it's just like free and like entry.
I think it is. We'll have to double check.
But if you can,
They also do
it. So worth
signings
it.
as well. So there's it's a ticketed. So the morning of the days that they do signing, I think they do signings every day. I'm not 100% sure, but you have to go at 9 a.m. to be in the paddock at 9 a.m. to get your ticket, and then come back later for you to get your stuff signed. But I think it's completely worth
And
it.
for it being Sunday, it wasn't crowded at all.
No, not at
I
all.
thought because if we try to squeeze in time to go Saturday, and unfortunately we couldn't, but so we ended up going Sunday morning. And for it to be race day, it was not crowded at all. Like it
No.
was a little crowded, but like it was like you could
And
still
this was
free
this
walk
was right
around.
after their second race as well. So,
And they were monitoring entrance, so every now and then they would stop letting people
hmm
in. And like so, you honestly you had like a really chill experience walking around.
yeah, the stroopwafel line on our way out was a little bit long, but it went by really
And it
quick.
was still worth it.
Yeah, it was very worth it. Um, the races itself, we had, oh my god, I have to remember her name, but es que ganó and it was her birthday. Nina, it was Nina. It was Nina. Nina, on her birthday, her home Grand Prix.
I know.
Oh my god, the tears that she
Everybody
and I
cried.
cried.
Everybody cried. There was not a dry eye in the
Oh my
house.
god. And then Leah got her first podium.
We're so happy for her.
That was so
We wanted to
good.
meet Ella, remember? Like we waited for
Oh
Ella.
yeah, we were waiting for Ella. Ella,
We
you
never
failed
saw
us,
her.
queen.
No.
You failed us.
No.
We did meet your mechanics though, and they were very nice. But
Next
yeah,
time.
they were working on your car, and we were like,
Where's Ella?
where's she at? But anyways, you're still our queen. We love you to death. But yeah, those podiums, and then Maya also,
won Sunday.
Also her home GP winning, amazing. Again, the only Ferrari to finish a race and P1. Love to see it. You know,
Happy for her, but this
women
needs to
in
stop.
male-dominated fields. I love to see it.
Ferrari, you know you're investing some of your money, right?
Right, exactly. Oh, I love to see it. And she was so happy. Like I said, I do have pictures of her. She was proudly carrying around her trophy after the race, and in every single picture,
As she should.
yeah, in every single picture she was taking with everybody, she was carrying her little trophy. I loved it. That was so fun. I'm so sad for Chloe Chambers though.
Yeah.
So
So close.
unfortunate, but better things will come.
Yeah, I don't doubt it. Chloe's so talented. She'll come back up and she'll come stronger than ever. We believe in you, Chloe.
Oh, I think
And I think that wraps
that
up our
wraps
episode.
up our weekend. Lovely time
For
in
now.
Zandvoort.
Thank you for that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you for the lovely times, Zandvoort, for the second to last time.
Yes. Zandvoort, you were simply lovely. You will be missed.
Thank you for welcoming us the way you did.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm.
Had a great time.
I won't write off the fact that I want to come back next year, because if it's gonna be the last time, then honestly, I had such a great time.
It was so much fun. Yeah. We really got really lucky.
Yeah, we did.
We got really lucky.
And now off to Monza.
Except for that security guard that threw away my water. You owe me €5.
But yeah,
Anyways,
we're off to Monza tomorrow,
we are
and we will come back next week with a Monza episode. Hopefully with
recap.
some good news. Hopefully with a Ferrari on the podium.
hopefully with the podium.
And then with a lot of Tifosi experience to share with you guys.
Yes. Okay, honestly, as someone who's claustrophobic, I'm scared. I'm
But
scared.
excited at
But
the
as
same
someone
time.
who loves Italy and loves Italians, I'm ready.
Yeah. So if you have any tips for us, let us know. We're literally heading into the weekend as soon as we get there. So we're really excited. And yeah, we'll see you next week with
Bye,
a brand new episode.
guys.
With a brand new Italian episode. All
Io
right, guys.
amo Italia.
Bye.